And then so we live, but I gotta do the joint on Instagram.
Test.
And then so you gotta do it twice on Instagram.
People sing.
And that's what it is. Y'all ready? Let me get my
Yes,
music, Slim. Let's get it. There we go. All right. What's good? We finally got it together, man. We've been late like the last 3 times. All Donnie
black
fault.
people nowhere.
That's why she
black people
laughing.
nowhere.
Donnie laughing because she knows it's her. What's good
fault.
with y'all, man? What's good with y'all? I'm excited. I'm back excited. I was mad. I had a microphone malfunction. No matter what microphone I plug in, I can't use it. I have to use these headphones and it's blowing me. But what's good with y'all?
Everything good.
Everything though.
Good, bro.
All right, that's what's up, man.
But Evie got the same air joint. We got the same one.
I know it's just like Reek. When I listen back, Reek was sounding so clear. You see, he got such a professional setup. So I T had bought some mics.
It's up in the nigger ass.
and I plugged them joints in. I thought it was going. I'm gonna work with it afterwards. But even any mic I plug up is static. I don't get it. So it is what it is. Yeah. But we here. I'm gonna stop the music. Boom. Welcome to the Rec Room Podcast. This is episode 129, and the title of this episode is "Fight the Power." I'm your host. I go by E1. We got Miss Danya in the building. We got Trey, not Trey not here. We got T Streets in the building. We got Reek in the building, and we got Black in the building, man. So that's where we at, man. Welcome. Well, and Black is a part of
don't start that shit, man. We here together.
Hey, look, Black, we both black together. You know what I'm saying? I'm on your side, brother. I'm on your side.
You know this gonna go on all night with me and Donnie, right? So
I can't introduce Black as a special guest because he family, so yeah. I can't give you no special intro, Black. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Now, y'all know how we do. We start with sports, and so T Streets, I'm gonna pass it to you, man.
All right, sports. NCAA championships were won over the weekend. The women's UConn Huskies, they beat up on South Carolina 82-59. Complete domination. What's her name? Paige Becker. She has her title.
Yep.
So congrats to UConn.
Yep, about time.
And on the men's side, we had a thriller. That came down to the last minute. Florida came back to beat Houston 65-63. I saw the last 1 minute and 20 seconds of the game. I hit her at the right time.
Dog, that dude Clayton.
He showed up.
Yeah, he showed up
when it was time.
I'm mad as shit about that, man. I wanted Houston to win, but go ahead, T. I ain't gonna cut you off. That shit made me mad, dog.
You tell us about the anger. What's wrong?
No, well, you know what? I root for I don't know, like when I watch a team, my mind will automatically just pick a team for some reason. Like I never can watch a game and be like, I don't care who wins. My mind will just pick a team. And for some reason, when I was watching it, I wanted Houston to win. It was getting late. I said, I think Houston got it, woke up, and they lost. Go ahead, T.
All right. Now, moving on to the NBA.
Lakers is 7.
Now, whatever. Special thing in the NBA, Denver Nuggets, my team, we fired our coach, fired our GM.
Yeah.
The whole team's in disarray. We lost 4 straight. We might fall into the play-in. Man, it's not looking good.
As long as you don't switch teams, man.
Look, what was the reason that they fired the coach like right before the playoffs?
I have no idea.
Because he go too hard on them.
But that's crazy though. Y'all
got disappointed. The players are running. The players are actually running the team. It's not like back in the old school day with Pat and Phil and them. It's like these players are dictating these who they want.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is now.
That shit ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's how it is now.
Yep, and in more NBA news, the 2025 Hall of Fame inductees were announced. Among the people that's going into the Hall of Fame, you have Carmelo Anthony, 10-time All-Star, first-time ballot. Dwight Howard, 3-time defensive player,
yes, sir.
First-time ballot. On the women's side, you have Sue Bird and Maya Moore on the first-time ballot, as well as Sue Fowles, who was Savannah Fowles, who was Maya Moore's, Sue Bird's teammate, also made it. So my question to y'all with Melo, do everybody believe Melo should be in on the first ballot?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, he ain't getting no chip. I get that. And I understand that winning is a big part of, I do understand that. But, you can't control the teams you go to sometimes how it goes. But he's he's arguably a top 10 scorer of all time. I said arguably, but he's arguably a top 10 scorer of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I look at Melo the same way I look at AI, man. They both deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They carried it. Like I say, they don't have no ring, but they carried it.
Yeah. Normally I would say no, but because they put T-Mac in first ballot, then I have
my God.
Yeah.
I have to put Carmelo. Carmelo has to go.
Yeah, he has to go.
Yo, let me tell you something. It's not going to be no Tracy McGrady bashing on here, T.
Yes, it will, Sam. Because
we're not doing that.
No, when T-Mac made it, I was just like, what the fuck? I mean,
y'all terrible, man.
But what he do? I don't understand that. Like,
it's not like he was leading top scorer in the NBA or anything like that.
I don't even know who he is.
I don't know.
Tracy McGrady played for the Magic back in the days. Now I just don't want to get into it because it's gonna go longer than I'll say if I get into it. So I'm gonna leave that shit alone.
Tracy had a run. He was one of the best players in the league for 7 to 8 years before his back injury caught up with him.
He a beast. It's just I don't know.
Let me ask you a question, T. Did Anthony Hardaway make it?
No, Penny didn't make it.
See,
I don't think he played enough though, Reek.
He didn't play enough though, but he was he
would have been.
Yeah, he would have been. But yeah, see, that's the same way I feel about T-Mac though.
I didn't think T-Mac should have been in the first ballot.
So I don't think we should be comparing T-Mac to Penny, but anyway, okay.
Oh, Penny was nasty.
At their heights, that's close. Penny was like that.
I'm not taking none away from Penny. I'm not taking them. I'm just saying. I don't think, to me, T-Mac, over Penny any day.
All right, but that's all we have for sports today.
All right. I got so we're gonna start off with a funny story. And I don't know if y'all saw this and that. And I got a clip to play. This says pro-life activist left covered in blood after being sucker punched during a NYC street interview about abortion. This is a pro-life activist in New York City was sucker punched in the face while doing a street interview about abortion. Savannah Craven, 23-year-old reporter, was an advocate with an advocacy group, Live Action. They were conducting a man on the street interview in Harlem on Thursday, discussing the topic of Planned Parenthood with an underlying pro-abortion New Yorker. And I'm gonna play you what happened in this incident.
Alpha was really cute to saying I'm an effing idiot. That's so mean.
But I think that your point of view is very obstructed, and I think that you just don't understand the magnitude of having a child.
Yeah, well, I'm not the one who admitted they would be okay with killing babies in foster care and killing children that have been abused.
That's not the point. What I'm saying.
That's really.
First of all, that wasn't a sucker punch. She saw that shit coming.
Yeah, man. You had to see that coming.
That shit was straight down the line, right on the nose.
It was slow enough. It was definitely slow enough.
Now, sometimes I feel like stuff is set up for the internet. Sometimes it's hard to tell, like, all right, did y'all set that up? Is that real? Is this not? That looked real to me. What you think, Don?
That was definitely real.
Think that was real?
Yeah, because I was doing like a little research on who that person was, and why all of that transpired and stuff like that. But they said that the interviewer, she's known for, kind of like making snot remarks and, getting
antagonizing people.
Yeah, antagonizing people, right? So look, you in New York.
Exactly.
You should have known something was going to happen.
And then the way she was talking, it was like she was antagonizing.
Yeah.
To be honest,
she definitely was. She was being real condescending. That's one thing you cannot be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And these days, it ain't the time to be playing in people's faces, man.
Not like that.
That joint came straight down the line, right on her nose.
So let me ask a question. So, Danya, real talk. If you were walking down the street and the interviewer started questioning you, do you think that an interviewer could get under your skin to the point that you would do something like that, or you think you would be able to keep self-control in that situation?
I think it depends on. I think it depends on how much my mood has, elevated. Y'all trigger me. You know what I'm saying? So I can't fully say that wouldn't have been the end result. Oh no.
So it depends on. So you basically saying it depends on the type of day you having.
I don't even think it depends on the day. I just think it probably depends on the energy because I match energy. So if I feel like you playing with me, then we might have to. We might have to play back.
It might have to be like that.
Run that back real fast, But for the most part, I would try to, keep my composure for as long as I could.
Nah, I feel you.
But I think they was out there arguing for a little while. That wasn't just a little portion of it. They had been going back and forth for quite some time.
But you know what I think? I think that I don't know. I don't think the girl expected to get hit, but I do feel like she antagonized on purpose for some footage. But she ain't know it was gonna go that far.
Nah, she caught the right one.
Yeah, she got that right one.
Mm-hmm. Did y'all see she had a video of what happened afterwards?
Which one? The one who got hit?
Yeah, she had a whole bunch of red marks all over her face.
What she trying to do, sue?
Yeah. Nah, I don't know what she's talking about suing, but she was just crying about how it's unfair and people just too violent these days or whatever.
And so this is what I have a problem with. I have a problem with the fact that people know that they're getting under somebody's skin. The fact that they don't retract back, but is able to play victim afterwards is what gets me. She knew what she was doing in that moment. You can't sit there and say that you did not believe that it was going to get to that point, especially if you were going back and forth and you being real condescending and you being like antagonistic. Don't do that. So don't get on this good internet and be like, "Oh, I didn't."
But you see, but we in a time where something like that ain't do nothing but boost her up.
Yeah, the numbers running up.
You know what I'm saying? That's the life we living in, right? Something like that. You getting hit. Instead of being embarrassed, what it does is get your numbers up on social media. That's crazy to me.
But can I ask y'all all y'all questions? I want to hear everybody's opinion, right?
Yeah.
On both sides of the parties, because I don't trust anything I see anymore in 2025. It just I just think some of this stuff is just being staged and just being, do y'all really trust that both parties like this thing is real? So they trying to pull us into a situation because you know how they do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, y'all remember watching movies when y'all were young? The superhero, then you got the villain, and then you had the victim. That play. It's like, it's always that play. Like, we can watch a Sylvester Stallone movie, right? We already know he's going to win at the end. We can already predict the whole movie, but somehow we get pulled into it. So that's why I'm asking y'all, like, y'all really think that what we're seeing is real, or they just trying to pull us into a situation? I just don't trust it. That's why I want to hear y'all opinion.
That punch was real.
Nah,
the punch was real.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not real. I mean, but they would go far.
Man, it's possible.
That was real. Like some of those little street interviews, you could tell are fake, but that was real.
Okay, no, I'm not. I'm not calling out as being fake.
I know what you're saying though. Like it's possible.
Yeah.
People, I put it like this: people will take it that far. Like, look, hit me for real because we gonna get these numbers up. I ain't tripping if I get a black eye, nothing. I promise you, we gonna go viral.
Right.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she looked too angry. Shawty looked too angry.
Now let me ask y'all something before I read this joint. Have anybody on here got into a fight in the mall?
Not in the mall.
Yeah,
a mall fight.
Kinda.
And read pocket change, landmark mall.
Nah. It wasn't a fight. It wasn't a fight. It was an argument. I was in Memphis, and it was an argument. Okay. But I didn't get into a fight.
So I asked that.
Subway, I could have agreed with you, but
but not the actual mall. Now I asked that because this article says 3 juveniles face charges at the Pentagon City Mall fight in Arlington, and that VA, that good old VA that y'all love, there y'all from.
There you go. There you go. Hey, there you go with that boy. You see what I'm talking about?
I see.
It happened in Arlington. It said,
but I don't like how you know what I'm saying? You just got a real slick way saying some stuff when it comes to VA.
Yeah, but it said 3 juveniles are now facing charges after multiple fights break out at the fashion center at Pentagon City, prompting the mall's evacuation authority said. The Arlington County Police announced Sunday afternoon that petitions have been obtained for the 3 suspects whose names are not being released due to their ages. So it says a 13-year-old girl was charged with a riot assault, a 15-year-old girl. Okay, these are girls. And a 14-year-old boy is charged with it. So it says police said they responded to the mall in the 1100 block of Page Street at 7 p.m. on Saturday for reports multiple fights in the food court, and the officers found a large disorderly crowd. Additional officers were called in. The decision was made to close the mall and evacuate the building and shoppers. Damn, them little youngins caused the it said the crowd remained disorderly and fights continue to occur, creating danger to patrons and officers on the scene. A 13-year-old girl ignored officers' commands, pushed an officer, and resisted attempts to detain her. She continued to struggle, but was taken into custody. Donnie, if that's your daughter, is she in trouble, or does it depend on the reason why she was fighting in the mall?
I think for me, I think because I know my daughter's character, it would probably be what started it, what initiated it. I don't condone it. I don't. You out in public, you representing me. However, I might have to listen to my child first and see what's going on.
Yeah, you don't want to see this, but what I do commend these children on is that it was just a fight. It was a big brawl. Nobody had guns. None of that went down. No shooting, no deaths. So for that, okay, it's wrong. Shouldn't do it, but it was old school. Just a fight. At least right now. So
I think it's mainly due to the area that it was in. To be completely honest, because stuff like that happen all the time down Union Town.
No. See, the thing is, what Eve failed to mention was the 3 teenagers was all from Oxon Hill, Maryland.
Yeah, right. man. They said these VA residents, man.
Hey, Rick, me and you had this conversation when he said me. I was like, I guarantee you, they from PG County. And lo and behold, they was my head.
Nah, man. We don't do like that, man.
Hey, hey, I agree with T. I'm glad nothing else happened, but it's just the optics of it. Because if y'all saw the fight, it was a big brawl of more than 10 kids.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just a bad look.
It definitely was.
And
and
when the media picks up on that, and they love to put that out there into the air.
Bruh, I'm on TikTok looking it up, right? And the comment section And you know the comment section. Oh, you know Donnie, you know what I'm talking about. They little jab. You know, I'm like, here they go.
It just feeds into all of that bullshit that they talk.
Yeah.
Now I'll say
I'm glad.
So I think the craziest part about it, usually if it's a fight, you know, the people get caught and then they get taken to the back of the mall or whatever and get arrested. But the difference with this one, they said that it caused a melee and they closed the mall down.
Yeah, they closed the mall.
Now that's a big ass mall. That's a big ass mall to close down.
Hey, you know what's so funny? And you know what's so I know Reek and Terrence, you know, they might have different. I know when we was growing up in Alexandria, right? Pentagon Mall and Tyson's Mall was two malls I never wanted to be at because it was so uppity to me. It was only two malls I went to, Springfield and Landmark Mall. So it's really shocking how Pentagon has turned out like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's crazy to me. Because back in the days, I was like, oh no, I'm not going down there.
That's one of my favorite malls, man.
Yeah, it used to be a really quiet mall.
But now, it's different now.
Yeah, because they built that goddamn silver line.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Yeah. I ain't say nothing. Hey, yo. Hey, T, did I say something wrong?
Hey, you know what's funny, though? Like, you know,
you might be on this time, Black.
But you know what's
Donnie, did I say something wrong?
You might be on to something. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, goddamn silver line.
But what nobody really getting on that yellow line for real.
At all.
So I understand.
No. Well, I tell you what, for Crystal City, that what is it? Is it Bolero? It's not Bolero. What's that joint in Crystal City that you can bowl, you can play the video games? Alamo.
That's Bolero.
Okay. Yeah, the crowd in that joint surprised me when I went in that joint. That joint seemed like it's not even in Crystal City, VA. So I don't know if it's just because it's close over the bridge, but it's the crowd that I expected to see when I've been in there. It's not the crowd that's in
there. When you have Fast Eddie's in Alexandria, look, hey, that bridge is right there. Y'all,
they're
coming, bro.
They're coming.
Y'all know why that Fast Eddie's got shut down, right? Because that bridge. Exactly. Because the Maryland people used to come over there because you can literally cause problem and jump right on the bridge. It sits right there.
That was all y'all.
That's how we lost Fast Eddie's.
No, that was y'all hoods.
Blame it on PG County. Hey, look. Hey, y'all don't have a PG. Y'all don't have a Chuck E. Cheese out in PG, right?
Yeah. Oh my God! Did you just say that? We got one in Largo right up the street.
Oh, all right. I'll take it back.
And one in Waldo. That's not PG County, but
y'all come across the bridge to the Chuck E. Cheese in Alexandria.
That was the joint
I won.
Yeah, I went over there one time.
No, that joint was all right.
Just one.
I didn't know Largo had one.
Yeah,
I know everybody. They used to come to the one on Route 1.
Yeah, Largo got one. Let's switch gears a little bit and let Reek touch on these politics real quick.
Oh man,
this article is from CNN, and Reek, if you got the article up, you can go ahead.
Hold up. Let's see.
And the title is "Hands Off: Protesters Across U.S. Rally Against President Donald Trump and Elon Musk."
All right, so. Over the weekend, we had tons of protests across the country, and CNN has reported on this this wonderful event across the country. It's called "Hands Off: Protesters Across U.S. Rally Against President Donald Trump and Elon Musk." Scores of people took to the streets, took part in protests against President Donald Trump and Elon Musk across all 50 states and globally on Saturday, organized by a pro-democracy movement in response to what they call a hostile takeover and attack on American rights and freedoms. Over 1,400 hands-off mass action protests were held at the state capitals, federal buildings, congressional offices, Social Security headquarters, parks, and city halls throughout the entire country. Anywhere we can make sure they hear us, organizer said, hands off demands, and end to this billionaire power grab. So I know I spoke to a couple people who attended the rally, and one thing
Black
that they
people?
did say, huh?
Black people?
I hold up. Nah.
Yeah,
They said it was real bright. It wasn't colorful at all. It was real bright. So that means there weren't that many black people there. I know black people went, but the folks I spoke to were of Caucasian descent. So,
Okay.
but
it's not our fight. It's not our fight.
I mean, it is in a sense.
It's really not.
Look, the thing is that they sat up there and they said all these protests were so peaceful, blah blah blah, this and that.
They was down there showing their butts.
Yeah, well, that probably. But then once you get black folk in there, it's another story. They probably would have said, "Oh, they were so rough and so this and so that." So look, let these folk take care of the protest part. Let them go out there and show face. They fucked it up, so fix it.
Exactly.
I voted, and I know who I voted for. You fucked it up. Go out there and protest and fix it.
Yeah.
Now let me ask y'all this: do y'all feel like protests work?
They do.
To a certain extent.
I feel like it's iffy. I think it depends on exactly what the protest is about.
You have to have follow-up action.
You got to have follow-up action. Thank you, T.
Yeah.
I mean, I think protests work at the end of the day. If you look at what we've accomplished with protests, especially in the past during the civil rights movement, I think that's a testament to the what protests can do.
Have y'all ever been to a protest or participated in one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
I participated in the one with George Floyd when it was downtown. So I
you was looting.
I wanted to, but they was real peaceful. And then they had go-go on the streets. I ain't like they had go-go on the streets too. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna chill. They was real peaceful though.
Did you what was your protest, T?
I can't even remember. It was a couple of them because I was working. I had to work the event, working with VDOT, so we had to shut off roads and all of that.
Yeah,
it was a couple of them though.
I've seen protests, but I've never been a part of one.
Mm-hmm.
Or never, held up the signs and all that stuff. I guess I'm just trying to think like, I guess it does make a statement, but I would have to, talk to somebody who actually was part of a protest and then tell me what they did to follow up and what changed. I haven't done enough research to know. Like, I need to look up, okay, after this protest happened, what happened after that? And I'm sure it's good stories of like after a protest, this happening, that happened. So I'm sure, and there was a rack of people out there, at least from the video. So it's strength in numbers.
Yeah. They said it was almost like 50,000.
And honestly, protests are motivation. They're motivation. After you get out there and you protest, you see how many other people are with you, and it's almost like it has an effect on you. You feel like in go mode all the time.
So Black, if I was holding a protest, would you go out there with me if I said let's go downtown tomorrow?
No, because I was about to ask you. See, you like me, you hear it and you get it, but you don't have the burden to go out there, with the signs.
But I'm asking, some people, would y'all go with me though? Is what I'm asking. If I
I'm not going. I don't have it.
How many
people? See, dog, you damn. See, that's my dog. That's my dog.
You went down there and go down there by yourself.
That's my dog, man.
I would definitely go.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Thank you, dog. I'm just trying to see who my real friends is. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
I will gladly drive you and Donnie down there. Just meet me at U Street after y'all done.
You drop us off.
I'm dropping you off. I'm gonna be at U Street after y'all get done.
We'll take you around.
I dare not step on U Street anymore. I ain't been on U Street since I was ready.
Man, that should be my shit. Rick, remember you said Rick, man. Remember Sam?
Man, Marvin. What's that, Marvin's?
Now you bronze out that joint.
Yeah,
and out that joint.
And your car get broken too. That's what they got.
No, it's no. In our age group right now, it's a certain time. You gotta leave U Street
for sure.
So, yeah. So what I'm saying is the protest is gonna be during the daytime.
For sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be like, yo, Donnie E, hey, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. I love y'all son. That's cute. Okay.
Come get it.
Yeah, I'll come get y'all. I'm not, no.
Oh, at least you got that.
Y'all
I
you know Jane at the Reed Center?
What joint?
They had like a little club in the Reed Center.
Nah, I don't remember. When was
Y'all remember that? That was back in the day.
A little club. Okay. Yes. Sound like an underage jump. So this article right here. That's what that sound like.
Hey yo, you see what I'm talking? He's so slick with it.
No, the way he described it, the face he's making, I said, that sounded like it probably was like an underage club joint. But
I don't remember.
Now this,
but Donnie, you younger than us, so we don't know what you talking about.
Not by that much.
Because I'm a DC native, maybe.
That's probably what it was. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, because I don't remember it, but yeah.
Yeah, it used to be a little spot there.
Now this article, this right here is from Good Housekeeping, and this is says sleep specialists explain the revenge bedtime procrastination phenom. It says, and the term revenge bedtime procrastination sounds very aggressive and like something that you be doing off the bat, but it often occurs when the house is quiet, kids are asleep, and the emails have stopped flowing in. It's 1 a.m. and you have to get up in just a few hours to start another hectic day. But you hit play on the next episode of your new favorite Netflix show anyway. If this sounds like you, the revenge bedtime procrastination is indeed something likely that you partake in right now. So does that happen to y'all? Have y'all ever been like, you know what? I need to get some fucking sleep, but this show's so good, I'm gonna watch the show.
Every night.
I do that all the
time. For real, y'all do that all that? I make myself go to bed. Fuck that. If I gotta get up early. For real, if I gotta get I've done that, but when I be having to get up at 5, I make myself go to bed, man. I can't do it.
I sat up the other night and watched MacGyver.
You watched
Columbo on
MacGyver used to be it. MacGyver.
Yeah.
MASH. I used to love MASH.
Even if y'all gotta get up early.
MASH.
You did not say that shit.
Something wrong with her. Hey, yo, something wrong with her. Nobody watched.
MASH is when you know it's time to go to sleep. That's when you hear that music.
Exactly.
That's when you turn the TV off. Now on.
Procrastination. I was procrastinating on going to sleep, so I was
MASH is crazy.
MASH was really good.
Oh, MASH is crazy. I can't believe you really watched MASH.
Look,
that's crazy.
You know, they got the little old TV little channel. I go on there.
I would have like.
You talking about antenna TV, probably
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot like. I would watch like Mr. Belvedere, Small Wonder.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Then the Three's Company. I love Three's Company going to sleep.
I used to like Matlock.
But I'm saying if y'all know you gotta get up early though.
Yeah.
No, but you know what it is though, E? A lot of people, what they're not really touching on is people going through depression, anxiety, and like with me, I have that issue where I was working at a job for 15 years where they dictated my whole life because it was a transportation company. So now that I have a job where I'm only working like 2 days out of the week, which is Monday and Tuesday, I would see myself on those Mondays too, especially on Sunday nights and Monday nights. I see myself getting that, that rebellious, like, man, I'm not going to sleep.
Oh yeah,
what I'm saying?
That makes sense.
You get what I'm saying? So I would get that, but a lot of times, and I know I got sleep apnea. I know I do. Trust me, I know I do.
Don't like this.
But man, Donnie. Man, you gotta put you gotta put that plunger on me. Just go with the plunger. Yo, yeah, man, go to the bathroom, that toilet. I don't care if it was just used. No. If you man, put that plunger on me.
Donnie.
It's bad. It's bad.
Scotty pasta and it's over. He in
the Breeze will tell you. He's been my roommates for years. He'll tell you. It's bad. It's bad. You know, so but I don't know if it makes sense what I'm telling you. Know, I think I get what they're trying to say, but a lot of times it's more to it.
Yeah, because it could be.
I don't think it's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, somebody like me, I got insomnia. So
that's what I was going
to say.
Going to sleep and stuff. And I can't help it. I ain't going to sleep all night. I'm still working on films.
Yeah. But I'm not shutting down their theory. What they saying is true. It's like you can really have that rebellious, what they call revenge, whatever. You can have that for real, especially when you come from where, you know, the company I came from, where it was my time was so demanding 24/7. So I get what they're saying, but they need to tweak it a little bit.
It makes sense though when you say like if you're not having to go to work but 2 days a week, right? And so that means the night before you have to go to work, you so used to stand up already, and you just like, man, fuck it. I'm not about to go to. I'm gonna just watch what I watch and just I ain't think of it like that. Now, this right here is this is hot news. I know mostly everybody has probably seen and talked about it, and this is in reference to a teen that was fatally stabbed at a track meet in Texas. His twin brother tried to save him, right? So I'm gonna read a little bit of the article, and then T, you can ask the questions that you know what I'm saying that you have for us to answer. If you remember or you have it up, if not, I can do it. It says Hunter McCaff said he always looked up to his twin brother, Austin, who was born just 4 minutes before him. As a linebacker, he was a stud, and I always tried to fill those shoes and play with him. Hunter told McCaff, told CNN, I had a blast my whole life playing sports with him. The bond remained unbreakable, unshakable until the moment Austin Metcalf took his last breath after being stabbed by another student during a high school track meet April 2nd in Frisco, Texas, about 30 minutes north of Dallas. It says Metcalf told WFAA he tried to save his brother's life by stopping him bleeding out. He said he held him until first responders arrived on the scene and attempted resuscitation. I tried to whip around as fast as I could, Metcalf said. I looked at my brother, and I'm not going to talk about the rest. I tried to help him. First responders administered life-saving measures, including CPR and giving blood, but were unable to save Austin Metcalf, who died on the scene. Frisco police said in the news. It says, in that moment, Metcalf had lost his twin brother and a role model. And the Frisco school community has lost a standout athlete with a promising future. They're giving that part of the story. Let me see if they get to the other parts. It says, police say 17-year-old student Frisco Memorial High School was stabbed after an altercation with a student from another school in the district. Carmelo, it says Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Carmelo Anthony, a 17-year-old student at Centennial High School, has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder, police say. His bond was set to $1 million. Court records show Anthony was being held at the Collin County Jail. And it says that the Anthony's attorneys, Bill Clark, released a statement Monday saying that the teen and his family were sincerely saddened that a life was lost and offer their condolences to the family. And I'm gonna just stop right there. And so that's telling one side of it. T, what are they saying? Do you know what they're saying actually happened?
Hello.
Yeah, you can hear us?
Yeah.
I said, now what are they saying actually happened?
Well, from what I've been told, the backstory is that these brothers, they were picking on the young man. And on this day, it was in some tent or Donnie.
They were under a tent.
Yeah, they were under a tent. Apparently, I thought that they went to the same school, but they were bused. They said that they were bused together. He was sitting under the tent. The guy approached him. I think his name is Austin. He approached him, and that's when things started.
Yeah.
You know.
So they were saying the guy, Austin is the one who got killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they were saying Austin was trying to bully the guy. Now this is what I read. I don't know if it's true, but
yeah,
they were trying to bully the young man who stabbed him out of his seat.
Yeah.
And that they saying that he allegedly threw his phone through his phone, and then the guy just turned, the 17-year-old turned around and stabbed him. So my question is, do you think that it was a racially motivated stabbing?
No.
I don't think that it was racially motivated. The stabbing, maybe the bullying, I don't know. I mean, because obviously this boy had to have felt threatened in some capacity to want to keep a knife in his bag. Mm-hmm. It could have been racial, but we won't ever know that.
Yeah, we won't know.
I don't think it's racial. I just think that it's more to the story. But the news always remember the media when they try and present you a story.
Oh yeah,
they want to build up the drama because this is how they get paid. I don't think it has anything. It's nothing racial in it. It just this kid was somewhere and this kid saw him like, hey, you're not supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. It just it's so much of the story, but we would never know the truth because the media. It just they're trying to get an emotional reaction out of us. Oh, it's racial. Next thing you know, I'm picking Donnie E up to go protest in DC. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I will say you're right. They are trying to make it racial.
They is racial.
I don't think
they are going to make it racial because I mean,
it's the white guy, the white teenager died by the
white teenager died. Exactly.
But also people are trying to compare Carmelo. I can't call him Carmelo Anthony. Like they trying to,
you gotta.
I know they trying to compare him to Kyle Rittenhouse and how Kyle Rittenhouse killed two two innocent people or protesters, and his bond isn't the same. The way he's being treated isn't the same that Kyle Rittenhouse was being treated. But just push all that to the side and look at the fact that it was. I feel like this could have been handled some other way. Just leave people alone, man.
Yeah.
Just stop fucking with people. If you a bully, stop fucking with people because you don't know what's going on in that other man's mind.
Right.
But also that little kid. Like there should have been another way he could have resolved that. Look, you got to look at the rest of your life. Of course, he wasn't thinking about, I'm gonna stand my ground. He was probably thinking just impulsive. Let me grab this joint and I'm gonna take care of my business. But I swear, man, I just wish people would leave other people alone.
It is Texas.
I mean, go ahead, T.
It is Texas. It is a stand your ground state.
Yeah,
so, absolutely.
Do we think he has a case for stand your ground?
I mean,
okay. So this is what I say. I don't know. I don't know. The law on weapons. I guess knives are legal. You know how like you can carry a knife sometimes, but it has to be a certain size or something like that.
Texas is open carry.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess every weapon
knives are cool.
It's a wild west out there.
But they also said that his knife was in the legal limit.
Oh, so for real?
It wasn't like it was, a really big knife.
But the prosecutor can actually spin that whole situation, like Donnie said, it's a legal knife, you know what I'm saying? And they can, it's like
use it and say it's premeditated.
Right. They can use it as a backdrop. So he's not really off. Like if you got a prosecutor that can actually stand like, there's something more. And because there's always a backdrop. Because the human mind, we don't get up in the morning and be like, okay, I'm gonna kill somebody today. If I kill somebody, today, chances are, trust you me, it's been in my head for years. That's just how mine is programmed. So he's really not off, but they have to prove it. You coming up with, you at a track meet. You at a track meet. You know what I'm saying? I can understand if you somewhere like, let's say, you going to the go-go back in the days. You already know. I get it. You at a high school track meet.
Yeah, you should. You should have had to deal with violence. It's like give or take, right? Because it's like, Rick, you made a good point. It's like when you're a bully, you got to watch that. I learned that I took my first L trying to be a bully when I was in the 6th grade, and no bullshit. And I'm glad that I learned early, and I can remember like it's yesterday. This dude named Jamal Craddock, and I remember that shit, man. And for some reason, dog, I was just trying to be a bully, and I don't know why. And I told him when we go outside, I'm gonna steal him. I said, when we go outside, I'm gonna steal you. I don't even know why I told him that. I don't to this day, right? Man, we get outside, and I can remember like, hey, he was walking, and I grabbed his shoulder, and I pulled him toward me, and he turned around, and I stole him. But what I didn't expect was him to start welling on me, Slim. So then he started hitting me, and I'm going backwards and shit, and I'm swinging, but I'm not connecting like he connecting. So when everybody saw this shit, you know what I'm saying? After the jump, but that's what I got though. That I learned my lesson. You don't try to bully people, man. Yeah. And I took an L, Slim, and I remember that shit like yesterday.
Hey, but you couldn't take no L's like that back in the day, yo.
No, everybody
back in
the day, you couldn't take no L's like that, yo.
You gotta look at this. Look at it this way. Think about how lucky you were. You ain't end up like this other kid right here.
It was, but what I'm saying, it was an early life lesson. Yeah. And after that, I never tried to bully nobody. You know what I'm saying? So getting back to what I was saying is like, you right. He had he shouldn't have been trying to bully him. But then again, there was another way for Carmelo to resolve the situation.
But let's just be realistic here. You got one person here, and then he got a twin brother that's coming up on you, and both of them roughing you up. How far should they have gone, and how much more should have protected himself? Let's just be real. He probably just wanted to just get him off of me. He probably just hit like a little
he probably wasn't trying to kill him.
It was more.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, there were witnesses there. There were other people there, and we'll find out later on as the trial goes on what exactly happened.
Prayerfully, they have video.
But yeah, that's true. But I'm gonna tell you this: they trying to make this shit racial. Nah, this ain't the thing to make.
No, but that's what they do.
It's Texas. That's what they do. It's a black kid that killed a white kid. They're gonna make it racial.
Right. Look, here's the thing. You can make racial. The two twin kids that were killed in Georgia in a sundown town on their way to the airport.
I saw,
That's something you can make racial because they were killed because they were black.
But here's my question, right? And E, I want you to answer this. And when he dazed you,
no, he did though. So it happened quick. So I had like a little mark on my eye. I remember that shit. That I got. I think I got suspended. That was the first day I cut grass. I was in 6th grade. My mother made me cut the grass and shit that day. First time. So that shit was a learning lesson.
Hold on. Let's slow down the story.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's slow down the story. You got dazed, and you got suspended, and you had to cut the grass.
I had to cut the grass. My first day cutting the grass.
So this is what I'm talking about. You should have been that kid at Frisco, Texas. That stabbed that kid was like, honestly, you actually should have.
But I needed that early in life, though. I'm so glad it happened in 6th grade, opposed to me being in high school or an adult trying to bully somebody. You know what I'm saying? I learned that at early. It was a life lesson. I don't even know why I was trying to do this shit.
So you learn early, yo.
Learn early, man. That bully shit, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
but that's crazy, though.
Get out your frustration on somebody else. Find a way to get out your frustrations. Like whatever is going on at home. Like, get that shit out somewhere else. Take a boxing class, but you ain't got Stop fucking with people, man.
Yeah, bro, you know how I get my frustration out, bro? That helped me a lot.
What?
I go to DC and protest, and I ask Donnie and E to pick me up.
That's what you do, Black. Hey, you know what? So I wonder how the outcome is going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's they said he's 17 was charged as an adult, or is he 18 already?
I don't know the Texas law. Is he charged as an adult?
I don't know. Right?
I don't know how Texas. I don't know
They
the law.
probably try to persecute to the fullest extent.
Yeah, he had to have a real good lawyer. And another thing is, you know, in a case like this, you would think everything is filmed, so they may have they got footage.
Trust you me.
And then
come on, people that have cell phones out there, it's footage.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Now they're saying the bond was set at $1 million.
1 million, yeah.
Do y'all think that's fair? Do y'all think it's fair?
But isn't it 10%, right? 10% of that?
It still don't make a difference. Why is his bond?
10% of what? 100,000?
100,000. Put up your house.
Wow.
If you got a house.
That's crazy.
Nobody else's bond was that high.
Kyle Rittenhouse bond was not that high.
Yeah, how much was his bond, Reek? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it wasn't no 1 million.
You got to put up collateral.
It don't matter what you putting up. We talking about the fact that they set this boy's bond at $1 million.
That's crazy.
And he was defending.
But it's first degree, but the charge was first degree murder though.
That's the charge now. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get that charge lowered because that cannot be considered first degree murder because that was his intention. They said immediately after his first response was to claim, you know what I'm saying, claim responsibility. And he asked about the boy, asked if the boy was okay. You know, so it's like, you can't say that was intentional.
Yeah. Now, we have another story, and I'm just hoping, you know, all parties find some peace, right? Mm-hmm. So this is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with what's his name, Vic Mensa.
Vic Mensa.
Yeah. All right. So Vic Mensa is a rap artist, actor, all the above, right? And you know he has a platform.
And a fellow Ghanaian too.
Who?
You know he's his father's from Ghana.
Okay. Now he has a platform.
Hey, yo, we're not doing that.
No, Black, I heard him. His father from Ghana.
Because you got a real slick way of saying some stuff.
No, his father from Ghana.
Yeah, okay.
Ghanese. Okay, so
trust me, you need me to come pick you up from that protest. So don't talk slick with me. I'll leave you and Donnie out there. I'm telling you that right now.
Don't do that, Black. Yeah, Vic Mensa is an artist, and he has social media, and lately, well, I won't say lately, you know, depending on who you are, you have a voice. Everybody has a voice, but some people's voice get put on a platforms or get brought to the light. So he kind of made it. He had like a question: is Black excellence the scam that replaced Black power? And I'm going to play you guys what he said.
My homie reached out to me after I reposted something from 19 Keys the other day saying Black excellence is the scam that replaced Black power. He said, what's wrong with Black excellence? I guess to some that might be a controversial statement because we've been so deeply indoctrinated into the idea of Black exceptionalism that we think one athlete, one actor, one president, one rapper represents meaningful progress for Black people as a whole. But the studies show that Black median wealth will reach zero by the year 2053 if the current trends continue. Millions of us live in prison slave camps making lids for Starbucks cups for like 50 cents a day. The hood is as fucked up as it's ever been. But we got more millionaires than ever before. That shit is a scam. I think that's also the reason why we don't unify or strike and weaponize our labor in any of the industries that we dominate. The NBA, the NFL, the music industry. Because so rarely is one of us more than one step removed from poverty, so nobody's willing to risk it. We know we're being exploited by streaming. We make up all the labor and none of the ownership of the sports teams. Shit, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not saying we shouldn't strive for excellence as a people or as individuals, but we cannot make the mistake of confusing one of us getting out the hood with the progress of the group. We also have to look at the success of individuals that's achieved to the detriment of the masses. We be celebrating shit just because a nigga got some money. It don't matter who the fuck had to die. Like if niggas run around making a bag off the prison industrial complex, are we cheering that shit on?
All right. So the question is, how do y'all feel about what he's talking about?
I gotta sit with that. I don't know how I feel about it right now, but I gotta sit with that statement and kind of let it soak in. It's something about all these celebrities having something to say about black folk, what black folk are doing, and what black folk are, you know, crime and all this other shit. But when I want to see somebody else make a comment or critique somebody else black that's about that, to critique or to critique us. I don't want to see Vic Mensa. I don't want to hear from 19 Keys. I don't want to hear from all of these street prophet ass dudes. Who they got? What's my man's name that always walk around with the bow tie? RZA.
RZA, I think that's his name. I know what you're talking about.
RZA Islam. I don't want to hear from these dudes because they're not doing anything to get us free.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about the messenger.
Are they organizing?
Is it the messenger, not the message to you?
It's not even the messenger. But like, what are you doing? How is this going to get us free? How is this going to get us out this situation? Going online and talking all this bullshit and like putting our business out there for everybody else to critique.
Right.
I don't.
Vic Mensa hit the weights and said, got a haircut, said I look fly, and I want and I'm going to say some shit.
Yeah, he got out that barber chair. He got out that barber chair. Was like, look, I have a video about something.
Yeah, like damn, I got the fresh. Let me go ahead. Let me speak some shit real quick, and I think that's what happened. Now, when
I agree with a lot, though. He said I agree with a lot of it.
I mean,
he didn't say nothing wrong, but this is what I'm saying.
The text maybe that he put it in.
Because exactly, because this is what I'm saying.
Bias towards your people.
But my thing is this: black excellence does exist. So what's the scam? I don't understand.
I didn't understand none of what he was saying, equaling to why
and black power
is a scam. Like this black excellence, there's people that excel that are black. So black excellence does exist. I don't think, and I don't see how it's a scam and it replaced black power. So it just seems totally separate. Okay, go ahead.
It's the marketing. Right now, the marketing of black excellence. Diddy was one of the spokesmodels. We see what he's in right now. Jay-Z is one of the spokesmodels for that. President Barack Obama, one of the spokesmodels, and I could name a few more. Oprah is one of the spokesmodels. There's these select few that we know for what they've done in entertainment and business. And what he's saying is black excellence, the scam that replaced black power. Have we focused on the talented 10th, as W.E.B. Du Bois had written about back in, don't get me lying about the year, back in the day? Are we looking at the talented 10th and we should praise them to help us grow? Is that how it truly works? Or is the talented 10th only worried about themselves and amassing more from themselves and don't give a damn about the people? I don't think he's picking a side, but he's saying these things just to bring up the question in everybody's mind. What is it? What are we going to do? Because there's more that we could do. And black excellence is connected to fame and money. That's what it's connected to. That's what it's marketed.
I don't relate black excellence to entertainment and celebrities. I relate black excellence to the young black lady who was instrumental in getting the COVID-19 vaccine made for one of those companies. I like black excellence when you look at Colin Powell. I like black excellence when you look at Barack and Michelle Obama. Even though, I mean, I look at black excellence when you look at Jesse Jackson. It's not just it doesn't relate to celebrities. It relates to us as a whole, and there is black excellence out there. And
a lot of the times it's overlooked. It's not even put out there. Black excellence could be in your neighborhood.
Yeah, and the thought provokers, like it's more than just an entertainment. And the fact that you say, all right, black excellence is the scam that replaces black power. So are you saying black power was a scam as well?
No, it's to me, it's like, and I'll be transparent here. You're saying black power. You can't get mad of a white person saying white power. This is what I hate.
No. So what I'm saying, you can't get mad.
Now you about to get cussed out, Black.
No, go ahead, Black.
Hold on.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Yeah, let him finish.
Yeah, please. I like everybody to finish. So what I'm saying is, to me, it's like we're not looking at the big picture here, right? We got these certain people that come out with black excellence, white. They are only focused on certain people. They're not focused on the entire.
The market,
it's a marketing thing, like T was saying, it's a scam. They don't care, so whenever I see a division, somebody comes up to me and be like, hey, Black, we trying to start a black excellence with me, I'm going to refuse to do it. Not that I'm ashamed of being black, I don't care about black people. It's, to me, I know it's going to fail because it's only targeting specific groups of people. Look at all the names that Reek just mentioned. Look all the names. Did your grandmother name come up? Did your cousin name come up? Did your sister name come up? Did your kid's name came up? None. The names that come up that Reek mentioned are these top priorities, and they want us to look at it and be like, that's black. But that is not my excellence because my word. No, hold on. No. So I'm representing the average person. I can't get to where Colin Powell is. Where do I fit into that excellence? That's what I'm talking about. See, I speak for the voiceless. That black excellence stuff that they trying to promote, I don't fit in there. If I'm earning $40,000 a week, right, where is that black excellence?
They categorize black excellence.
Yeah, exactly. It's not about for the people.
Let me put it to you like this. When all the images that they show of black people are negative images, why shouldn't I come out with a slogan to uplift my community, right?
Absolutely.
No, you can.
Yeah.
You can, but don't market it just for the rich and
right.
Like,
that's what the media is good for, marketing it towards the rich and famous, but it's not. Don't look at it just for a celebrity. Look at it for the collective, us as a whole.
I understand, but the masses will never see it that way. The masses is going to fall for the marketing. Like when I see black excellence, I see yourself, Reek, me, Trey. I see y'all.
Right. I'm trying to look for the normal people. You give me Colin Powell.
Raise all her kids on her own without a man, without even asking.
Hold on, how you gonna put my business out?
You ain't got no man. You heard him. Go ahead.
You bring it up all the time.
But CT, that's what it's all about. CT, that's what it's all about. You cut out all the noise and you focus on us. All the rest of that stuff is just noise. And when I say Colin Powell and all these other people, it's because those are names that you normally don't hear. Now, if I say my cousin,
you hear it.
My cousin who's a doctor, like you're not gonna know who I'm talking about. but I'm saying names that aren't.
Yeah, you're saying names
put
that
out there like all the time.
Yeah, I know what T is saying. I know what T is saying. He's saying I think T is agreeing. He's just saying the way it's marketed.
I just don't like the agenda.
Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Put it out there for real. If you show black people sometimes like ordinary person like myself or like yourself, and you're categorized as black excellence, do you really honestly think that they would give a damn? So
you're right.
Not at all.
Marketing. I do feel like it's the marketing with black excellence just to get our attention and say, hey, look, you can be like this person. But I don't believe that it's a scam. No.
And them people are like in the 0.1 percentile of success in that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
But still, it's somebody.
So my whole thing, Reed. My whole thing with you, I just don't like the name that you drop, man. You drop Colin Powell, Oprah, and you say Justin Bieber. That pissed me off. I was like,
what? You maybe call you. Look, I said Colin Powell, like I'm like I already said, because these are people that are rarely put out there, especially in our conversation.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah, like T is saying, they trying to pull you into a scam. Like, why you putting these people? Like, where is the ordinary? Like Donnie said, where's the ordinary folks?
So I think
you know what I'm saying.
When we first started hearing black excellence, I don't think it was geared towards celebrities.
It was Puff Daddy.
Yes, it was.
The first time
it was definitely was.
It was Puff Daddy.
No, I heard it on Black
It
Girls.
was Puffy. It was Jay-Z, Beyonce.
I heard it on Black Girls Rock.
What's that?
It was something on.
The only show that Rick Rowe that he watched.
That they used to celebrate black women's
I remember
accomplishments. But I heard it there first. I didn't hear Puffy say it. I don't like Puffy. Puffy also said vote or die. I'm not listening to this nigga. I'm not saying the same shit he's saying. But I think he bit off of somebody else's saying.
He probably did.
We all know Puff is, he
loves riding waves.
Yeah, that's what he does.
He loves riding waves.
You got that right?
Allegedly.
Right?
Now hold on. Allegedly, all right, he loves riding waves. So be careful with that.
There y'all go.
You're right.
Yeah, them white booty parties, man. It's all good.
Allegedly,
Hey, Fat Man.
Hey, we don't have our little comment, Joe, like we did. We supposed to be taking tally. Let me let everybody know real quick. The Lonely Cloud giveaway is still going on. So we have, this is my man, KNG James. This is second show in a row. We got Ty. Y'all got 2 shows to go.
Hey, Ty.
And if you, on them 2 shows, now I don't know if y'all shared the stream or not. I can't prove that, but y'all here. So y'all 2 shows away from earning a free Lonely Cloud hoodie. They sponsored the pod tonight. Hoodies are dope. And I can't wait to send them out to y'all. We usually read who came in the chat and all that when we was doing Podbean, but sometimes it's hard to read on here. So all I'm gonna say is thank you to everybody who did stop through. And if you did like what you heard and what you saw, please tell a friend to tell a friend about it. We do this every week at 7 p.m. Follow us on Instagram at The Rec Room Pod. Follow us on TikTok at The Rec Room Pod. We also do in-person and camera pods. As you can see, the setup is behind me. As I always say, everybody has a pod, but everybody isn't us. To the next time.